Okay, today we've got a lot of green tomatoes. I'm Calvin with Southern Country Living, and today I'm going to show you how to cook some fried green tomatoes. So the first thing I'm going to do, let me pick off a pretty one here, and I'll get this one right here. Okay, that'll be a good tomato, and we'll use that one to do some fried green tomatoes with. I've got a couple in the house already, and show you how to do our fried green tomatoes Southern style. Okay, we're going to do fried green tomatoes now. I've already got this tomato washed and cleaned, and what we're going to do, I use a slicer. You want to get your slices about a 1/4 inch thick. I always take that very first slice and I'll throw it away. I can do it with a knife, but I can't make the slices as pretty as I can with the slicer. You just need to be careful. You don't want to slice your finger, especially as you get to the end, okay? And I'll throw the top piece away. Okay, first thing I'm going to do on these slices is I want to put salt on both sides, and I put a generous amount of salt on both sides of the tomatoes. Okay, the very next step, I'm going to take a little bowl and I'm going to place the tomatoes in the bowl, and I'm going to put some buttermilk in there. And you don't have to put a lot of buttermilk, just enough to cover them up a little bit so they can soak in buttermilk. Now, sometimes I like to let these sit in the buttermilk, and I like to let them soak for as long as 30 minutes. But today, since we're doing a video, I'm just going to soak them for just a few minutes. Just want to be sure that they're covered real good with the buttermilk on both sides. Okay, now while those are soaking, I'm going to go ahead and get my batter mixed up. And on my batter mix, I use flour, self-rising flour. I use just a little bit of cornmeal mix. This is yellow cornmeal, and I don't like a lot of cornmeal mix in mine, so just a little bit. And then, this is something that very few people put in their green tomatoes, but I've got about 3 tablespoons of sugar that I'm going to mix in with it. My wife and I, we like the taste of the tanginess from the buttermilk and just a little sweet taste from the sugar. It's not enough that you can hardly tell it, but it's there. Okay, then apply quite a bit of salt to the mixture, and then also apply some black pepper to the mixture. Now we use this for battering the tomatoes. So I'm going to take each tomato and let some of the buttermilk drip off because you don't want it to be too soggy. Then just lay it in and coat them real good on both sides. After you get them coated, lay them in a different plate so that they'll just lay there and dry. When you slice them real thin like this, when you get ready to eat them, you can just pick them up with your fingers and eat them. You don't have to use a fork to cut them or anything. They're just like a chip. And this is how my wife and I, we both like them thin like that. Now As they lay there and dry up, as you can see on these first two, the flour is starting to dry into the tomato. And what I will do, right before I put them in the frying pan, I'm going to dip them in the flour mixture one more time, just lightly, just to be sure they're coated good all the way around. Okay, let me get my oil started and I'll show you how they fry. Okay, the oil's good and hot, so we'll go ahead and lay these in there. Let them start frying. It should only take about 2 minutes on each side. These are thin, so they don't have to cook a very long time. Okay, that one looks good. Okay, we'll let them go for about 2 minutes on this side. Now if you slice your tomatoes thicker, you may need to cook them for up to 3 minutes. Okay, I'll start turning them over, see how they look on this side. Yeah, they're looking good. That in just a second more. Okay, they're done on both sides. So I'll go ahead and take the heat off. And then I'm going to place them on this paper towel over here. Let them cool down. And let some of the grease come off of them. Ooh, they sure look good and they sure smell good. Okay, I'll let these cool for just a few minutes and then we'll taste them and see how they taste. Okay, the fried green tomatoes have cooled off a little bit. Marie, try one of these. This is my wife Marie, and she's going to sample one for us.
Yum.
Okay, and I'm going to try one too. Oh yeah, they're good and crunchy. This is the way we like them. We like them good and crunchy. If you've enjoyed our recipe, if you will, please subscribe to our channel. And thanks for watching our videos.